I'm a believer that this team's going to win the national championship.
Something stupid is coming out of his mouth. I don't know. Maybe it's just my age.
He needs his vote pulled immediately. And of course, yes, a season like this has to have a name.
Let's talk about something good about Justin Freck. What are you doing?
The season of dreams. Ohio State, my guys, are either the best or the second best program in the history of college football.
This guy is a bonehead. They love him.
I question your judgment as an adult. I really do.
I was a total hater. I know that for a fact, and I just don't get it.
Get us back our sleeves.
And say, bring me that. That's the one I want. What could be better than in the week of the game, the Buckeyes grab a flip of a sweet-looking cornerback prospect that we talked about a week and a half ago. We broke down his film. We'll play it again here. It is Jordan Woods from Cartersville High School in Georgia. He is 6'3" or 6'4", depending on who you listen to. You're going to see him and you're going to tell he's every bit of one of those two. I don't know which one, but he's a tall dude. He's ranked as a 3-star, the number 1,200 some player in the country. And when I first saw that, when they were first in on him, talking about him, that's a mid-range 3-star. That's not even a high-rated 3-star. I thought, okay, with that kind of size from a high school that produces some talent in Georgia, he must be pretty slow or pretty clumsy. He's neither. And you're going to see. I don't understand why he's rated so low. He looks like a damn good prospect to me, and folks are starting to circle around. As Ohio State got on him, he was also offered from a couple other big guys. We're bringing him in to take looks at him. Bucks seized the moment, got him in the class. Now, what's it mean for Naim Offord? They were always going to try to get a third corner in this class. In fact, they've offered him, Jordan Woods, got his commitment, flipped him from Cincinnati, and also offered another cornerback that we'll talk about in a minute. But first, let's take a look at that breakdown we did the other day on our new guy, Jordan Woods. This is Jordan Woods. He is a DB cornerback from Cartersville, Georgia. So this is good competition right here. This dude is listed at 6'3" on 247, 6'4" at On3. He's a 3-star across the board, and he's not even a high 3-star. He's a mid 3-star at 6'4", 180, playing at a school that produces a lot of talent, which doesn't make much sense. The only thing that would make sense is if he's pretty unathletic. You know what I mean? Well, let's watch him. I don't feel like that's the case. He's committed to Cincinnati. His offer list, not very impressive. Virginia, Boston College, Michigan State. I mean, impressive, but not for a 6'4", 180-pound cornerback. And what we see in this film is a ton of physicality. The kid likes to hit. We don't get to see him cover a whole lot. Now, maybe there's a reason for that, but I think we can tell his athleticism by watching him. Like, he's not a klutz. He's definitely not a burner. But with that size, that's one heck of a good project. I'll take that all day. And what I love about it is the physicality. 3/4 of this is him making tackles. Down at the bottom here. Look at the trigger. Fight through the block, make the tackle. There's a lot of value in that. A lot of value in a kid like that. Step up, break down, boom, love it. Sure tackling dude. And now he's going to fill out too. So that is the plan, is to flip this kid out of Cincinnati. He came up to the Nebraska game. Obviously, he was, it's incredible. It's Ohio State. He's committed to Cincinnati. That's huge. By far his biggest offer. And Miami, I heard, is poking around. And they did, but they won't get him, as he's a Buckeye now in the class of 2025. And here is how he is listed at On3. I'm sorry. This is our other guy. We might as well talk about him while we have him up. This is Aiden West. This is a Michigan State commit, 6'180". Again, another mid-range 3-star kid. Not quite as big, but maybe a little quicker. What I love about Jordan Woods is obviously physicality in this defensive system where you're playing, one less linebacker in your base, 4-2-5, to have corners like Denzel Burke, like Igbenogson, who can get physical, aren't afraid to tackle. And we got 2 cornerbacks right now that tackle. And we look, forward to the guys we got coming down the pipe. These are all kids that aren't afraid to tackle. And some of them are well suited to it. A lot of times this guy looks like he wants to be an outside linebacker the way he plays. So, and at that size, really happy with it. If you're going to have a projecty kind of kid, a kid without the elite high ranking pedigree, you want someone that has one extraordinary trait, and he does, in his size and his aggression to go with it. Already looks like he's been coached pretty well. So a pretty exciting one as far as, late end. You would normally call these guys the 3 stars that you fill out of the class, like, just the late end guys you take a flyer on. I think he's more than that. I really do. So I'm really happy with this one for sure. Now, we also talked about Aiden West. We've not broken down his film yet. He's not committed, but I have seen some smoke that I think he might actually end up in this class too. Right now, you've got 3 committed. One of them is Naim Offord. Naim Offord, of course, we have seen as a big flip risk for a long time. His commitment to Ohio State was a bit of a surprise when it happened, but he came in with 8 family members deep. And when he committed, it was an awesome surprise, as we already had Devin Sanchez, the number 1 cornerback in the class, committed. And bringing in Naim Offord was fantastic. And, geez, maybe 2 months of quiet. And then ever since then, it's just nonstop. Offord goes and visits here. Offord goes and visits there. He's been to Auburn, where he lives close to Auburn, 12 times since then, it feels like, including just last week with their big 4 overtime win against Texas A&M. Huge win, emotional win. They've got huge momentum building in the class. And a lot of people think, including On3 Steve Wiltfong, he put out today that he's predicting Offord flips to Auburn. But you still got Oregon in the mix big time, and he's been to Oregon, and we know they're going to pay big money for him. Offord is ridiculous. His senior film is even better than his junior film. He is he's a special player. I love him. It's going to suck. I think we're going to lose him. That would be my guess at this point. Wiltfong's pretty close to the situation. I hate the fact that he let this process play out the whole time, when it felt like for a long time the only thing keeping him in it was his relationship with Tim Walton, because Ohio State was not ever going to pay him what Auburn or Oregon were going to. And it feels like he could have made this decision a long time ago if he was going to flip out, and it looks like he will at this point. And that's going to suck. However, focus on what we got, not what we don't. And we got the best guy, Devin Sanchez. Never given an issue, never given a problem. Great family, wants to be a Buckeye, talking about being a Buckeye since he committed. Represents everything we love. So that's fantastic. And to be able to get a kid like Jordan Woods at the end of the class, and then, I haven't watched Aiden West yet, but we'll check him out too if he does commit. And again, I think that's going to happen. So that is our update for this evening. Jordan Woods, new Buckeye, good stuff. Talk to you guys later. Juckonbucks out. Hey, it's Juck.
Juck? Who is Juck?
Juckonbucks.
Juckonbucks. Juckonbucks?
Juck. Juckonbucks.
My guy Juck. Juckonbucks. My buddy Juck.
Juck is the Juck.
It's Juckonbucks. Okay.
Juck is junk.
The Juckeyes. The Juckeyes. Juckonbucks.
Junk. Juck. Junk. Juck.